Oh, good morning. We continue with our 3-minute daily dose of Torah, looking for the next few days at the story of the deaths of Nadav and Avihu at the center of the events in Parshat Shmini. The Torah describes things as follows. Let's frame our context. Yom HaShmini, the 8th day, was the day of the consecration of the Mishkan, and the day in which God was to appear. His presence was to be finally returned to the Jewish people since the sin of the golden calf. And so we're told that Aaron does the service of the day. God does not seem to appear so quickly. We've decided this in the past. And Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron go in together and they pray, and they come out and they bless the people. And then we're told, "Vateitze eish milifnei Adonai, vatochal al hamizbeach et haolah v'tachalavim, vayark al ha'am vayaronu v'yiplu paneihem." So finally, it happens. The fire comes out from before God, and it consumes on the altar the burnt offerings and all the fats. And everybody the people saw this, and they sang a great song, a glad song, and they fell upon their faces. It's a great day. Next pasuk. Vayichu b'nei Aaron Nadav Avihu ish machtato, and apparently at the same time, the children of Aaron, Nadav and Avihu, took each one his own frying pan, censer, fire pan. Vayitnu bahen eish vayisimu leketoret. They put fire into it, and they put ketoret, incense into it. Vayakru lifnei Adonai zara shelo tziva otam, and they put into it a strange fire which God had not commanded of them. Vateitze eish milifnei Adonai, vatochal otam, vayamutu lifnei Adonai, and a fire went out from before God, and it consumed them, and they died, they perished before God. We'll start this morning just with a reference to the teaching of the Rashbam, who says, this phrase is clearly a connection to the phrase a few verses earlier of the fire that goes out from before God. And he says, indeed, it's the same event. Kisheyatzah ha'esh batochal, when the fire came out and ate the sacrifices on the Mizbeach, on the altar, that's when Aaron's sons took their frying pans and fire. They were on the God was consuming on the outer altar, and they were on the inner altar, and the same fire cuts right through them. So since God's presence in the center, it actually starts. It was meant to, in some way, to come out of the Holy of Holies, pass through the inner chamber to the outer area where the outer Mizbeach was, and they're right in the path of the fire that came forth from God. So this rendering would seem to say, before we even start to understand intentions and the like, it's just to tell you that it wasn't that God struck them down as a direct act per se, but they're in the way. They're in the way of the holy fire which coming, and whatever their intentions were, they're in the wrong place, in the wrong moment, and meet their fate. We'll continue, God willing, tomorrow to understand a little bit more about the nature, possibly, of their sin and what they have done. Wishing you all a great day.